One of my favorite stories that I have is when a lady called me on a personal referral and told me immediately that she did not like realtors. She needed to sell her home. She wasn't sure how to do it, but she had had bad experiences with realtors, and so she didn't like realtors, but would I talk to her? And of course, I was a little on the defensive at that point, but I said, certainly, I'll be happy to talk to you. So I came out to her house, and by the time I walked her through the house and told her how I was going to approach selling her house, and then answered all of her questions about my experience with real estate, she felt very comfortable with hiring me. And as I was leaving, she told me that she was ready to hire me as her agent. So I felt like I'd really accomplished something. The first week that I had her home on the market, I had a couple drive by and call off the sign who told me, first time off the bat, they said, we don't like realtors, but we're interested in buying this house. So I thought, okay, here I've got a seller that didn't like realtors, and now I've got a buyer that has had a bad experience with realtors. I need to change that. They need to know what working with a professional that's really looking out for their interest is like. So they called me and asked about looking at the house, but said they would represent themselves. So we did. We met at the house, and they intended to represent themselves, but as they asked me more questions, they felt comfortable with my integrity and the way I answered their questions, such that that evening they called me back and said that they had decided that they wanted to ask me to represent them as an intermediary in the process. So I ended up representing two people, a buyer and a seller, that both started out with negative experiences of realtors, and they both became friends and have since referred several clients to me in the process because of the way they were pleased with how I handled them.
Les Sherman is one of Austin's most trusted, dependable, and loved realtors.